Part 2 of the ordering process of your new Porsche is talking about the Porsche Experience Day. Hey everyone, my name's Steve, and if you're new to this channel, these videos are all about digging deeper on the cost of ownership. This video is part 2 of following the order tracking system on my Porsche for my new 718 GTS. Part 2 of that 5-part process is talking about the Porsche Experience Center Day. So ordering your car at the dealer once it is confirmed and there is a deposit down triggers the Experience Centre in the region, in the UK that is Silverstone for me, to then send me an email basically inviting me to come down and have a go of the new car I'm buying around their skills track and get some one-on-one tuition from a Porsche instructor. Now what'll happen, this invitation comes in the form of an email and it'll basically thank you for buying the model that you're going to buy and offer you the opportunity to come down and book a session in morning or afternoon to go and try that car out around the Experience Centre tracks. Now I've done a video detailing my Experience Centre trip down there when I ordered my 992, which I didn't do at the time of ordering the car because of things going on in the world at the time. I did it much later after I'd actually sold it. There's 3 points I'd like to cover based on my experience of doing this that will hopefully help anybody that's got any questions. The first one is, this is a free experience for you in a car at the Experience Centre in the morning or afternoon after you've put your deposit down. Now you don't have to have purchased and bought the car to do this. It actually is something that they give you in an attempt to teach you about the car that you're going to buy, or possibly, depending on how long it's taken the car to arrive, test drive the car around their tracks before you complete your final order with the factory. Another point with that is that you can take a guest / spectator. They can go down there, they don't participate in the cars, but they can stay inside the centre and watch you from the interior. Or there is the option to actually purchase another experience for a friend or your guest or your partner to come down and do a one with you. Now they don't end up in the car with you, they go out in a separate car and get exactly the same experience that you'll get and do it in whichever car they want to do it as well. You can upgrade that if you want to do a turbo model in a 911. I think it was something like 525 instead. If you want to do that on your free one that you're doing, instead of say drive a GTS Cayman, you want to drive a 911 turbo, you just pay the extra £50 or whatever it is to take you up to the next level. GT models are not part of these experiences unless you've bought a GT car. When I spoke to them and asked if I could do a GT car instead, they said there wasn't a price upgrade for that because you can only do it if you've bought one. There is a separate GT day or experience that you can do down there, but it is not something you can upgrade to on the experience unless you've already bought that model. 911 turbos were not part of that and were just a little bit extra. So that brings me on to point 2. You do not have to do the car that you are buying. When I got my Experience Day when I bought my 992, obviously I want to originally go down there and do the 992 and test drive it around their tracks before my car turned up. Slight problem with that was that basically my Experience Day kind of got shelved because of things that were happening at the time. So because of that, I did mine much later when the centre was working properly again under normal circumstances. But by the time that came round, I departed with my 992, so I basically decided to test drive the car I was thinking about ordering now, which was the 718 GTS. So again, that didn't cost me any extra to do that. When my friend went, we decided that we wanted to do something completely different for the second car, and they did allow us to swap halfway through the session to test drive each car separately. So I got sort of 2 hours in the first car, and then when we came in for a break, they let us go back out again and swap over cars, but you do keep the same instructor when you do that to give you continuity. So the third and final point about these experience days is it tells you on the bottom of these invitations, you do have 2 years from the date that you receive the invitation to complete this experience day. So like in my case with my 992, I only kept that car for 18 months, but it was a perk of ordering the vehicle. When I did it, I still got to do it. It was within the 2 years and my friend was still able to come and do this session as well. So don't think you have to do these experience days and the invitation runs out once you've got the car. You have 2 years to do it from the date you receive the invitation to complete these experience days. So you might want to use it to try and do another car instead of the one that you've bought, or you might want to go down after you've driven your car for a little bit and go and push somebody else's car around the experience tracks.